Hi, I'm Derek. In this video series, you're about to discover exactly how you can build a mid-six-figure loan business by both attracting the best clients and the best referral partners, all without making one cold call or working any harder than you are right now. Now, I understand that this is a big promise and it sounds a little silly, but if you can just stick with me for the next 6 to 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But before I go any further, let me quickly tell you who this is not for. This is not for somebody that thinks the internet, Facebook, and Twitter is just some fad that is just gonna go away someday. This is not some get-rich-quick nonsense scheme, and this is not something that just anyone can do. This is for successful people that have a desire to be the best in their local market or their niche. So let me get very specific here and tell you exactly who this is for. If you're a loan officer, a branch manager, or a realtor, and you have the desire to be extremely successful in this industry from 2015 and beyond, then this is for you. This is for folks that understand that people have not changed, but the way we communicate and the way we start and create relationships has changed. This is for professionals that have a desire to be the best in their marketplace and are willing to learn, grow, and be a little uncomfortable as they transform themselves into the new ways to doing business. If this sounds like you, then stick with me, because this will literally change your life and your business forever. Now, if you're like most of the people I work with and I coach, you want one of three things. Either you want to learn how to get more clients and customers in the door that understand you, the value that you provide, and that there's no one out there that does your job quite like you do it. Or you want to learn how to better use your time so that you can serve these clients and still have the time in your day to do the things that you love to do. Or you have the clients and you have the time, but you want to learn how to leverage both of those so that you can make more money in less time. Do any of these sound like you? Well, if they do, stick with me. I will show you exactly how to accomplish all three of these. Now, when you get these three right, you will have total mastery over your business. You will finally be able to work with the exact right customers, and even better, you'll be able to work with the best referral partners in your area. And you'll have systems in place to serve each and every one of these clients so that you become known as an authority in your niche or local market. But if you don't get this right, then you're going to be stuck with that awful feeling in the pit of your stomach, we all know it, as you wonder what your next month's going to look like. Where's that next loan going to come from? You will continue to wonder how to make the kind of money that you know that you and your family deserve and that you see others making. You're going to continue to be constantly burnt out, tired, and overwhelmed. What I'm going to hand you today in these videos is a blueprint to have the kind of business that you always dreamed about and becoming the person that you always wanted to be. A real expert and leader in your area that is known as the best in their marketplace. And finally, to become a person that gets paid accordingly and has the freedom to enjoy that success. You're never going to feel like an employee ever again. Everyone that works with you will come to you already understanding the value that you deliver, and they will understand that you are the best person to handle their mortgage or real estate transaction. They will know that you are the authority in your market and you are the solution to their needs. So let's talk about how to do all that right now. There are two major shifts in your thinking that everyone has to make in order to be a top producer in 2015 and beyond. The first shift is your mindset. Ask yourself this question. Do you approach this occupation with a salary mentality or a business mentality? In the loan business, there is no ceiling on your income unless you put one there for yourself. To give you an example, everyone I coach, I work them through their income goals. Usually what I hear is, well, I only need to make $150,000 a year, so I guess that's my income goal. You might not realize it, but that one decision defines your future from start to finish. The way our brains work is that it's conditioned to find what we seek. So if you need $150 to live on, and that's what you want to make, then guess what you just did? You set the upper limit for your income. Your brain will seek out all the opportunities to make $150,000, and that's it. Look guys, that's absolutely fine in salary jobs. In fact, that's how salary jobs work, right? But that mindset doesn't work in the mortgage profession. Here's why. Let's go back to that example. Let's say you need to make $150,000 to support your family, and you set out each year to do that number. But what happens when rates go up? What happens when rates go down? There's so many factors outside your control in this business that you have to set up your business a little bit differently than salaried folks do. So Derek, how do I do that? Well, what I ask you to do is to set your income goal 2 to 3 times higher than what you need to live on, and then create your business plan to achieve that number. So if you need $150,000 to live on and pay your bills, then set your income goal between $300,000 and $450,000. Then create your business plan to achieve that number with, here's the key, with purchase business. You're probably saying to yourself right now, what? I'm having a hard enough time hitting my current income goal as it is. How in the world would I hit it if I doubled or tripled my goal? All I'm asking is that you keep an open mind for the rest of this video, and I will show you exactly how to do it. When you get this right, and we have one of those years where rates go down and you can refinance your database, then you will not only make your target income number, you're gonna make more than you even imagine. But when we have one of those years where rates go up substantially, you will make a lot less than your target number. But that's okay, because we set it up properly. And a majority of your competition will leave the business. So either way you win. Rates go up, you win because you will increase your market share. Rates go down, you win because you will make a ton more money as you also refinance your database. So the first shift we need to make is to set up our mindset right for this particular business. The second shift that we need to make is to really understand the referral relationship with realtors. Now, warning here, guys, this is a big elephant in the room when it comes to marketing in this business. I notice whenever I reveal this information, it's extremely polarizing. I'm not sure why, but it is. Some people receive it well, but there are a ton of people that get very defensive. So just for the record, I'm just the messenger here. I took a survey of 40 realtors that did a minimum of $10 million a year. Now notice, I didn't take a survey of average realtors or part-time realtors, but the ones that are making a good living and doing great business. You know, the ones that we want to be in referral relationships with. I will pause after each question to give you a second to see if you know the answer. Let's see how good you are. The first question I asked realtors was, on average, how many cold calls do you get from loan officers each week? So how many loan officers call them out of the blue that they just don't even know? 5. The second question that I asked, what is your first impression of a loan officer that cold calls you? What comes to mind? Some of the thoughts were, how do I get off the phone as quickly as humanly possible? Wow, they must be desperate. This isn't a professional. They are really annoying me. The third one I asked is, have you ever done business with a loan officer that cold calls you? Not one of them said that they did. Fourth question, are you open though to giving a new loan officer a shot at your business? Yes. Fifth question, so I'm curious, what is your greatest fear as a realtor? How do I get a consistent flow of great clients? The last question that I asked is, pretend that I'm a loan officer calling you right now, or that I want to do business with you. What is the one thing that would guarantee that you and I could work together in the future? So let me ask this question again. What is the one thing that would guarantee that you and I could work together in the future? Resoundingly, if you referred me great clients too. Guys, this should be really good news because that's easy. But for some reason, it's not for a lot of the loan officers I talk to. I'm not exactly sure why. There's so much dysfunction in our industry around this topic. There's so many marketing agreements and in-house lenders. There are all these coaches and trainers and managers that are teaching to just beat down the door on the phones to realtors. It's just very dysfunctional. Now, have you ever stepped back and looked at why all this happened and why there's all this dysfunction in the first place? Well, in the business throughout the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s, the sale process went like this. If a consumer was interested in buying a home, they had to call a local realtor on a phone with a cord that attached to a wall to find out what houses were on the market. You know, that boggles my mind right now. Can you even imagine a time where you couldn't look online to find out what was for sale and what to do a little market research? Well, that's how it was. So the leads naturally flowed through realtors. It made sense to have marketing agreements and in-house lenders and all that stuff and making 1,000 cold calls to realtors on the phone. But we all know that those times have changed. We know that virtually every consumer starts the home buying process online now, and then through a myriad of different ways, they find loan officers and realtors to work with. But for some reason, some of the best companies, coaches, and trainers in our industry are still pushing loan officers to only cold call realtors as their marketing plan. The way I describe that cold calling to realtor strategy is if someone asked you to go fill up their swimming pool, but they only gave you a little squirt gun. You know, eventually someday the pool will get filled up. But it's literally the hardest, slowest, and most painful route to do the job. So what is the secret then, Derek? What do I have to do? How do I fill up that proverbial swimming pool with a big fire hose? I want more deals now, right now. Here's the secret, guys, is set up your marketing directly to the consumer and do it to generate the best clients, okay? Guys, it's extremely easy then to meet the best realtors, the best financial planners, and the best CPAs if you can frame the conversation like this. Hi, Mr. Potential Referral Partner. I have a client that needs your services. Can I have 10 minutes of your time to find out a little more about you and your business to see if we are a fit to refer each other great clients? So the second shift that you have to make to being a top producer with a really balanced life and you really like your job and your life is to orient your marketing to go right for the consumer and then refer them to the best referral partners in your area, thereby creating a relationship with only the best people. Now, when you get this right, you'll be in a mutually beneficial partnership where everyone respects each other. Nobody's paying each other for marketing and all this other stuff. You will tap back into that joy you had when you first started this business. Remember that? You'll be making great money with great clients and fantastic referral partners. It's a really fun way to do this business. But if you get this wrong, then you'll continue to have to pay for marketing agreements, make cold calls to realtors that you know don't really work, and you're always going to wonder what your next month is going to look like. You will see this business as a grind. Look, if you've been in this business for more than 1 minute, you know that feeling. It's a bad feeling. So if you want to learn how to generate a steady flow of the exact clients that you want and that you want to work with, then I'd love for you to join me on the next video. The next video is where you will learn not only to attract the best clients and referral partners, but also I will let you in on the secret to working much, much smarter, not much, much harder. In fact, you can click on that video above, somewhere up here, and you can start watching it right now if you want to get to it. But just be ready to take a lot of notes because I go into great detail there. But let me just throw this out there really quickly. Maybe this video has aroused your curiosity. Maybe you were listening to this and you were thinking, man, he is saying exactly what I need to know. Maybe you are listening to this video series for a reason. Maybe you are starting to realize that the people begin and cultivate relationships in a different way. But you don't know how to get in on this new trend. Maybe you understand that you need to have a consistent marketing system that brings you only the best quality clients, but you don't know exactly what to do. Maybe you understand that you need a little more accountability in your life and you are at the point where you want to discuss hiring a coach that can teach you exactly how to be a top producer with a balanced life in this new world we are living in. Maybe you are starting to understand that you're working way too hard for not enough money. Well, if any of that sounds like you really have two choices. You can watch a bunch of these videos and that's great. Or if you really want to fix your problem, you can click on the yellow button under this video and you can book a free, totally free consultation with me or someone on my team. It's totally free. There's no obligation. I promise it won't be a sales pitch or anything like that. You know, that stuff doesn't really work. Anyways, we will talk about your business for 20 to 30 minutes and I will give you actionable items that you can implement immediately. At the end of the call, if you're interested about me or my coaching or my training, just ask me to tell you about it and I will. Now, I will tell you that we aren't some cheapo internet lead company. There's a billion of those guys out there that are paying for all that stuff that just doesn't really work anyways. No, we are all about results, okay? I shoot for 100% success rate with every client that I work with. We are picky about who we let in though, because I know that we have the system to attract the best clients, but you have to be the right person to get that done. If you think that's you, but you know you need to grow and learn and transform as well, then you actually might be a perfect fit. Because although we do have the coolest marketing around, we also put a high emphasis on the coaching part to transform as well. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, then click the yellow button below this video to schedule a call and we'll have a conversation to see if we're a fit. I'm Derek Cheney and I will catch you on the next video.